Okay. Hello, everybody. We're here. We're doing things. We're hopefully doing things correctly. And making sure our audio levels are not unbearable. So, okay, that's good. Let's see. I need more freaking screen space for my down. Like, oh god. I just don't have enough. I need bigger monitors. I need bigger monitors. But I hope everyone is doing good tonight. This morning, what have you. It is June 21st, 2026. We are doing some art stuff yet again. Yeah. I think I did some miniature painting a couple months ago, but I didn't have a third web camera, and it made it a little bit difficult to do any type of hobby stuff with it. So, that's kind of where we're at with this. Let's get our translation software up and running. There we go. Okay, that's cool. That's good. Hey, Sophia. Man, you're quick on the draw tonight. Just immediately. Hello. I'm kind of surprised I don't have chat set up on my loading thing. Huh. I'm always quick. That's fair. Cricket's giving me the butt because I'm not looking at them. Let's get our social media posted too. All right, is the music going in good? I think it is. Yeah, it's around 36 decibels. Ooh, submarine. Yes, we'll be doing a submarine today. To post on Twitter and stuff. On Twitch and on Tube with painting. All right, and then we need our links. We need that URL. Do. We've got the wonderful soundtrack for Hotline Miami. So I was like, I want something like quick, boppy, and nice. Live. We're gonna go live for about maybe 4 hours. See how that goes for us. We did 4 hours the other day. We'll do 4 hours again. Okay, so. Also, I wanted to ask, is there an age limit on your channel? Because I was curious because it doesn't say anything about your channel. As long as you're at least 18. I do a lot of cursing. I talk a lot about like normal day-to-day things adults would deal with. So, and I just don't want to deal with having children around and having to like talk down and like filter myself for that. So we do not do minors on here because that's just more liability and more things I don't want to deal with. There are places for them to go, and there are other places for them to go where they can get their entertainment. This is not the place for them. On Twitch, it does mention that you have to be at least 18 to be watching, and I think on YouTube, all of my content is listed as mature. That's fair in college, so as long as you... No, as long as you are not a minor, I am fine. That's really the big thing. Otherwise, I don't care. I realize I need to go to this, this. There we go. I just realized my vertical stream layout for this is like almost perfectly cuts off at my chest and then comes back down at my waist. That's hilarious. So, okay. Yeah, we've got 3 whole webcams. It's great. Yes, we have a Gato class submarine. As I'm trying to remember which webcam am I looking at. It was one of the main U.S. submarines during the Second World War, and I grew up on a bunch of submarine simulation games, and so I've always really liked the look of old World War II submarines. So we're going to be painting that today, and specifically, as I've got here in my monitor thing, so let me just blow this up. Magically, full screen or something. Hold on. Where it needs to be. Hold on. Canvas is being weird. That. So, that's what's supposed to look fully painted. Where it has the copper bottom for corrosion and stuff like that, and then the top is going to be like a robin's egg blue gray, and then the deck is going to be black. So that's what we're going to be going for how the ship is going to look. Courtesy of World of Warships for having that there for us. Because that's, you know, the ship is available to play on there. And I think I own it. So, yeah. So we're going to just kind of get into that as soon as I figure out what color we're doing. Probably need a brown. I think my brown has dried out. Has it dried out? I got a little bit of brown left. Need some orange, which I thought I had bought a tube of orange, but apparently not. Yeah, so we have some Beastly Brown, which is totally going in very, very well there. Can you try maybe this one? Yeah, it's actually a little better. So you have some brown paint. We're going to mix it with some orange paint. And that should hopefully get us that rusty, coppery looking stuff we're going for. Hopefully. think, yeah, and then probably what we'll do, I think almost all of my paints have actually dried out. I have not painted in a very long time. That's still got plenty of goo in it. All right, so we've got this almost sky blue, steel gray. And then we're going to mix it with a bit of, if I can find it, Dawnstone should work. It's a nice light gray. So we'll mix those two together and get the, we'll get the other guy going. Where is, I am losing track of all of my damn cameras. Oh, because I'm in the wrong mode. That's why. Tee. That explains a lot. I'm like, why don't I see my other canvas? So yeah, that's kind of the rough game plan. Is we're gonna do the belly, do it orange, do the top, do it lighter steel tone. We'll do the deck last because that's the most pain in the ass to fix, and then we'll kind of see where we go from there. Because yeah, I'm my paints are all dried out. It's been a hot minute since I've done a lot of painting, so we get to wing it. That's a dry brush. Oh Jesus, I just got wool everywhere. Oh jeez. Okay. Shh. Yeah, someone's snoring. Let's kind of maneuver you here. All right, so we got that. Palette knife. Let's see how bad our paints are dried out. I hope that wasn't too loud. Everyone just to watch me inelegantly paint. Probably paint everywhere too. I feel like I need more rags. No, I think this might be too much energy. This might be too much energy. Let's find something else. You know, World of Warcraft actually has some good stuff. Hold on a moment. Stop. What do you have with your videos? Let's see here. Tempest Keep, Throne of Thunder, Island Expeditions, Calling of Strathholm, Dragon Soul, Undermine, Stormwind. Stormwind would actually be kind of cool, not gonna lie. Raging Desk. Do we have anything? I saw Elwyn Forest. Or Elwyn Forest. And then Dunmoreau is also really good. Can we get... Do they have... I see Silverpine Forest. I don't want to be that spooky. The Barrens, Arathi Basin, Molten Core. Ooh. Where'd it go? Oh, damn. Everything's like loading really weirdly. Why are you doing this to me? Oh my god. Stop. Stop. What are you doing? Stop. Oh god. Alright, fine. Elwyn Forest. Oh my god. Just, jeez. Okay, is this actually going to play music, or is this purely... There it goes. Okay, now the question is that loud enough? Because that's gotten exceptionally quiet. Meow. Let's find out. Oh, my phone. I need to do something about either my case or my screen is doing weird stuff. Because, like, it's just not wanting to cooperate. Alright, let's go here. I did not miss 4 messages from that person. Okay, is that going good? I think it's fine. Okay. I'm so good at this. Let me turn my speakers down a little bit. Which probably doesn't help either. It's like I've got like the stream audio doing its thing, and then I've got my own stuff doing the other. It's just like just being weird. Alright, let's get some brown mixed in and see if this works. Because I'm just kind of spitballing what the colors should be. Because we're going for like a rusty look, but we'll see what mixing this gets us. Like it should be alright, because if it, this is actually I think gonna work fine. Because we have this like really muddy looking bunch of ick, honestly. That should do it. Clean our palette knife off. There we go. Alright, and then one actual crucial step is we're going to get a little bit of water. And we're going to put it into the paint to help thin it a little bit. Not a lot, just enough to thin my paint a little bit. So it's not like so thick. We want a little bit thinner. There we go. That's better. It looks like baby food. It looks disgusting. Okay. Yeah, that's some Elwyn Forest going. I think we're in good shape. Get that out of the way. That's 3036 is fine. That's fine music. All right, and then we have to. The problem I'm running into right now is my microphone boom arm is taking up a inordinate amount of space. I was not expecting it to quite take up that much space, but it is. So here we are. Okay, so doing a quick eyeball here. Okay, so we need, essentially it's the big bulge is what we're having to deal with here. So I guess we'll just kind of start. I need to do multiple coats. This orange is not going to do it on this black. I should have done like gray or something. Yeah, I goofed. I goofed. I do not like how this is looking. What have I done? I've made a mistake. I should not have primed this black. At least from the camera, it looks cool. Like, in person, it looks terrible, but by camera, it looks pretty fun. Also, just to let you know, Sophia, I know Pete messaged me when we were doing the fishing stream yesterday, and he was like, he probably won't be able to make it today, so if you were looking for someone to reminisce with puns, he will not be able to make it today. I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that. I think I need to have that other preview up so people can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to definitely need multiple codes. Yeah, I think what I'll do... Hold on, let's do that guy. Shrink him down. Put him there next to the cat cam. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. And we're going to just shrink that down. And put that, like... Curse me for, like, putting this the way I did it. I have this here. I guess I'll put this like in the lower corner. Like that, I think. That should work. Yeah, that'll work. This way people can kind of see what I'm attempting to do as I'm doing it. Yeah, I've had this model for a couple of years. I got it when I was still unemployed, and I was like really looking for something to kind of dive into, to like focus on, and it worked well. But I just hadn't painted it in like the 3 or 4 years that I've had. Like 2 or 3 years that I've had it. I haven't painted it, so I was tired of looking at the gray model, the gray plastic, and I was just like, I'm gonna paint this. So here we are, painting. And they had... So at the pressure hull, it dipped down, so it was halfway through the first torpedo tube. So it's just... We're going to keep this actually below the diving plane. It's a paint job. Yeah, because that one's like just under the diving plane. So we'll just carefully... Try and get this lined up without like offending the senses. might need more paint. Yeah, 'cause that should be like coming up halfway through the topmost torpedo line, which is interesting because like on the art it goes like pretty much right up under the thing. That's a little trippy to see, I guess, but I'm going off of what this is showing me on the actual physical model, not the game one. So we'll have to bear with that. Yeah, that's weird. Like how it's like wanting to, it's like follow the pressure hull, except as I fucking slip. And that's gonna be a pain in the ass to fix. Oopsie-doozles. I need more paper towels. Okay, that's enough of a fix. It's not going to stress me out more than what it is. But yeah, Sophia, if you don't mind me asking, because I had someone else ask me the other day on Twitch, what's with the age question? Because, like, that was, like, once is just a weird coincidence. Twice is, like, there's a pattern happening here. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, why everyone's asking about it all of a sudden. I feel like I need to adjust the camera up to be more... Because, like, I'm holding it like this. So I wonder if I shouldn't do that number a bit better. Ah. Hey, it's Pete. I didn't think you would show up. Because I thought you were going to be... I thought you said you wouldn't be able to make it today. I was just telling Sophia that I didn't think you were going to make it. Is Sophia... Yeah, she's in YouTube chat. Or at least she was. She was talking a minute or two ago. Yeah, yeah. I don't think I mixed enough paint. At least, I might have enough for just the base coat. Yeah, I had to stay up all night, so I thought I'd miss it. Oh yeah, all good, all good. Yeah, I was watching a couple of my friends stream, and so I didn't want to, like, abandon my friends to go and start my own stream, so I let both friends stop or finish up their streams, and then I started up at around about 2:30 thereabouts. Yeah, I mean, like, on the same token, like, I'm also trying to watch the things and be entertained myself, so, you know. How considerate of me is also, like, how selfish of me at the same time. Because I want to get entertained. How dare I? I hope the middle's dry. Yeah. So I carefully, like, kind of am just wheeling this thing around. I mean, I've certainly delayed my own stuff to watch your streams. Ah, that's fair. I appreciate that. Yeah, because, like, whenever I'm streaming, like, or whenever I don't want to be like, oh, I gotta go. And then especially if, like, we're mutuals in terms of, like, we both follow each other and stream stuff. Because then I know they're going to get a notification on their phone, like, when I go, oh, yeah, I gotta go, bye. And they're going to see me like, so-and-so has started streaming. I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit of a thing I don't want to inflict on friends, as it were. Not really inflict, but I think you know what I mean. Okay, I need better handholds on this damn submarine. I realized the mistake of painting the bottom first. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Alright, was the entire ass of this thing? Yeah, actually. Almost the entire pressure hull is coated. Okay, so we're going to do that then. Yeah, I think I mixed barely enough orange paint to get one coat. And I thought I was, like, mixing too much, honestly. So it's, like, awkward. This looks like something out of the Titanic. Are you going for a rust or a coat? I wouldn't say rust. No, it's the... like, it's like, I think it's a copper zinc coating they put onto the bottoms of ships so that they don't rust, actually. And so it's got this, like, orangey looking thing going on. Brownish red, yeah. So that's what we're going for. And I've just got to do multiple coats because I primed this black, which means it's being very, very persnickety with the layering of the color. Yeah, it's not using that, but this, again, this is like, you know, make huge, yeah, but this is like, you know, a World War II sub, so they weren't necessarily doing it then. Oh, shit. So, whatever the anti-corrosion thing that they did is what I'm trying to replicate on the hull here, because that's why I have the reference pictures. Yeah. No, this is a Gato-class submarine from the U.S. Named after the USS Gato. Let me finish this coat, and I can pull up the Wikipedia page, or at least finish what paint I have in my palette. Yeah. Yeah, my dad played a game when I was younger called Silent Service 2, I think it was. And it was a submarine simulation game set in the Pacific Theater. And you played a American submarine captain, and you were essentially going out into the Pacific to sink Japanese ships. And so that was, you would go on patrols. It had like a relatively rudimentary campaign where, you know, you would just do combat patrols over the course of the war. And as the war progressed, you would get like better access to subs and better torpedoes and stuff like that. But yeah, you would like the best sub was the Gatos were the ones that were available. I think it was starting in 1941, and then eventually you got to the trench class and stuff like that, which were really apparently like really nice subs. They had like air conditioning and everything else on them. Actually, no, I take that back. I think all subs in the Pacific theater had air conditioning, at least on the U.S. because of the warm water, and they didn't like the condensation in the batteries, so they did air conditioning in the subs, which was trippy to read about. I don't know if it was all American subs, but it was enough of them that were what they were to cause it to be kind of like a thing. Because I remember specifically with the batteries, they didn't want like the condensation getting on the batteries, which would cause, you know, chlorine gas to form. So alright, we might need to have this dry here because I am running out of things to paint. And I'm out of paint as well, so I may need to put this down for a second. Yeah. Chlorine gas confinement. Have fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I know it happened a couple times to German U-boats in the Atlantic. But they didn't have to worry about condensation from the cold water and the hot air. Or I think it was the other way around. It was the warm water and the colder air. And so they didn't have that problem in the Atlantic. Plus the water was colder. Whereas in the Pacific, with how the temperatures were, I'll look it up in a second because I need to mix fresh paint and probably get some more paper towels. Hot water, cold air. Yeah, that. And so, yeah, they start running like air conditioning systems in the U.S. subs because as part of the air conditioning process, you pull out the moisture in the air. So, let's see here. There we go. Yeah, Gato class submarine. It was from 1941 to 1943. In World War II, it was followed by the Baleo and the Trench class. We lost 20 of the subs, 77 were completed, 6 were preserved. But yeah, the Gato class had a range of 11,000 nautical miles or 20,000 kilometers. It had it was 300 feet long, and it had 2 diesel engine generators in each room, double hull construction. I'm trying to find the thing with the air conditioning part. So if you come back, we miss you. Let's see here. Yeah, slow divers when compared to some German and British designs that were mostly because they were significantly larger boats. Because that's the other thing, is the Pacific Ocean's a lot bigger than... The area that the U.S. operated their submarines in the Pacific was a lot larger than the area that, like, Germans operated in the Atlantic. So, they had the extra size. Down to pristine design. Let's see where to find. Yeah, patrol boats were... Yeah, they were big. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, 30 seconds. Actually, I wonder what was the range of a German U-boat? U-boat, Wicca. Alright, so the general U-boat. Oh, we want, wow, 1850. We want World War II boats. Because they should have like the common one listed that they did. Water 2 boat. Here we go. Yeah, here we go, the Type 7. So these had a range. It is insane how many of these things they built. Like the U.S. only built like 70. Well, admittedly, they had more than just the Gatos. But let's see here. What is the range on this? What is the range on this boat? Ah, here we go. Yeah, so 15, almost 16,000 kilometers. So, like, the American boats had an extra 25% extra range over top of them, just about. Like 16,000 versus 20,000. Well, 20%, I think. No, 25%. Almost 25% extra range. And that was at 10 knots. The American one was at 10 knots as well. So, and then the displacement was 769 tons versus 1,500 tons. So it was literally twice the size. 311 feet versus 67 feet. So yeah, the American boat was a lot bigger. Endurance was 75 days on patrol. The German one was... I don't think they mention it, do they? No, I don't think they mention it. But 40 to 50, about 50 people. And then this thing had about 60 people. But this thing could go underwater for 2 days. And then this one could do 4 knots. It's annoying that they don't give the same comparisons. 80 nautical miles submerged. This was was it 3.7 kilometers an hour submerged? So that looks like it could go further. So yeah, it could go 150 kilometers. We'll just, I guess, 7 point. Okay, so yeah, we'll just do the math. Like, because that's 154 kilometers divided by, what, 7.4? So 20 hours. So yeah, the American sub had like almost double the endurance underwater because of the extra stuff. My dad got on the sub for a week back when he was in the Marines and he hated it. Yeah, they had, so in Charleston, they had a diesel electric sub parked next to the Yorktown, and I went down there a couple times when we visited when I was growing up. And it is very tight in there. I didn't feel claustrophobic in there, but like I'm a big guy. Like I'm 6 feet tall, like 1.8 meters. I'm broad shouldered. Like I shoulder to shoulder, I almost take a doorway, just shoulders. And on the sub, I was like having to duck down my shoulder. I was having to like shimmy my shoulders to get through the doors and stuff like that. It was a very tight fit. Also, that is primarily why I decided not to join the military, because I wanted to do helicopters and fly airplanes and, you know, be in aviation. And my father and my mother looked at me and go, "You're too big. You're too tall. You can't do that. You could maybe do cargo aircraft, and that's about it. So you're not gonna be able to do that." I was like, "Oh." But yeah, where is it at though? I'm trying to see where it talked about. Here we go. They had enormous crew comforts, including showers, air conditioning, refrigerated storage for food, generous freshwater distilling units, clothes washers, and bunks for nearly every crew member. The Bureau designers felt that if a crew of 60 to 80 men was to be expected to conduct a 75-day patrol in the warm waters of the Pacific, these features were vital to the health and the efficiency of the crew and could be added without impacting the boat's warfighting abilities due to their large size. Air conditioning in particular had a very special application too, besides comfort. Should a submarine submerge for any length of time, the heat generated by the recently shut down engines, electrical equipment, and body heat could quickly raise internal temperatures to over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or 38 degrees Celsius. High humidity generated by tropical waters would condense and begin dripping onto equipment, eventually causing electrical shorts and fires. Air conditioning, acting mostly as a dehumidifier, virtually limited this problem and greatly increased mechanical and electrical reliability. It proved to be a key factor in the success of these boats during World War II. Because I distinctly remember, I watched the movie Das Boot way back. And yeah, like those guys never took showers on their entire patrol. There was not enough water for showers. They had like 1, maybe 2 toilets for the entire boat. And like, it was just a miserable experience because it was also like either really, really cold or, you know, whatever. And so it was just miserable. and like the amount of fresh water, it was just a miserable experience. Yeah, my older brother wanted to join the military to use the catapults. But yeah, and then everyone had problems with their stuff. But like, relatively speaking, like the Gato was a really cool boat at the time. But 2.0 silence service 2. If I can spell it correctly, not silent depth service. So that was the game I grew up with when my dad played it. Oh, Jesus. It's loud. Stop. Hold on. Pause that. So, make sure this isn't too loud. The copy protection was just identifying the boats, because you don't only have it in the little manual that came with the game. But yeah, then they would have like, you could, oh shit, back. But yeah, then you could like pick your boat type. So he would just pick in the Barracuda class, would give you your speed and all their stuff. Yeah. And so like, you know, I don't remember how old I was, but I remember my dad played it a lot. But yeah, the Gato class is one of the later boats that you could start with. But then, yeah, you would start in Pearl Harbor or in the Philippines, depending on what time of the year the war started in, because we lost the Philippines at one point during the war. But then, yeah, those are the patrol zones. So, like, you would have to, like, really kind of, you know, they had to have the range to go all the way across the ocean, yeah. But yeah, and yeah, you know, the war would start, you know, when Pearl Harbor got bombed. And then you would just have your boat start traveling. And then this is informing you of what's happening where Guam surrenders and essentially all the things that were happening in the Pacific at the time. The worst part is if you start it in the Philippines. It's kind of like parking lots a little bit. Yeah, the war was not going well for the U.S. at the start. But yeah, then once you're in your patrol zone, you just kind of wander around. E-ones are like small. No, I mean, it makes sense. You don't have as much physical area you have to deal with. Yeah, it's like within the first, like, 2 weeks of the war starting, we've lost like 3 things. But then, yeah, you would, you know, here's sunrise, sunset, here's what we found, you know.
Battle station.
And so you would be kind of in your command control thing, where you would see the contacts, and your boat would be whatever. This game looks like, right? Yeah, no, this is the simulation game I grew up on. This and Gunship 2000, or like, and then you would, you know, be in the little periscope view. Yeah. And so he's got like 3x magnification. You would identify the ship. Oh, hi. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, I mean, it's incredibly pixelated. But when you fire, you would have the cool Gato-class submarine there firing its things. Give me something. Yeah. I'll post it. In Twitch and in YouTube. Boop. There we go. So this way everyone can see it. Even people watching the VOD can watch it. There we go. Poof. But yeah, so that was one of my big formative games growing up, was like my dad playing Silent Service, and then he also played a lot of Gunship 2000. So like I was really into helicopters, I was really into like submarines and stuff like that. And so yeah, your bow and your starboard torpedo tubes, they'd have to reload and stuff like that. And I just realized I'm not doing this full screen on either of these games, but people can kind of follow along. I put the video in. I have been big on tanks. Yeah, my dad was a tanker. He was yeah, there's a hit. My dad was a tanker in the Army, and so he was stationed. We were stationed in Fort Irwin, and he did drills as the Red Force for. No, my dad was a piece of shit. My dad may sound cool, but he was a piece of shit. He was an alcoholic and abusive. He was a terrible person. Yeah. No. I don't think I've even spoken to him in like, oh God, how long has it been since I've even spoken to him? Like 15 years? Yeah, my dad's a piece of shit. Yeah, that's the second time this week this happened. Yeah. But like I got great stories and stuff of the things I watched my dad do. But yeah, he was a tanker, and so he played with the cool hardware stuff. Yeah, Dad's all right. Yeah, all right. But yeah, so he liked tanks. I was okay in tanks. I remember playing like Armored Fist 1. Yeah.
Meet Steven Goldfinch, one of the.
That's, oh my God. Yeah, I just love seeing advertisements. Thanks, YouTube. This is why I use Firefox, because I can have, yeah, oh yeah, here, you should do YouTube Premium. Like, no, fuck you. Really old 3D graphics. I remember my dad talking to his buddy because they were both tankers, and they're like, I don't know why the gunner's not firing as that T-80's coming over the hill. I've got a shot of his belly right there. But yeah, so this was like...
Target acquired.
My dad played this a lot with the tank simulator. He did the submarine sims. He did flight sims. He did a lot. He liked a lot of military hardware, and so that's what I grew up with. But yeah, so I always liked the Gato submarine. I've always liked how World War II submarines looked because they were designed to be above the water most of the time, and so they had that tapered hull, but then they also had like the pressure hulls, and it just looked really cool. So I like I said, a couple years ago when I was unemployed still, and I had that's nice. When I was still unemployed, I got myself a model kit off of Amazon, one of the bigger scale ones. And so I was just like, all right, yeah, we're just going to get one of these guys, put it together, and kind of do stuff with it. My model is in very rough shape, relatively speaking. Because I've snapped a couple parts off of it just today getting it primed. But like a lot of the little top features and stuff I've snapped off. But yeah, I've always liked them. And so I've been sitting at it on my shelf, just like looking at it and going, I really should paint that so it's just not a bunch of gray plastic. And so I was like, hey, I need a thing to do for tonight's stream. I don't feel like streaming a video game. So I'm gonna do a painting thing, because that was the other reason I got the other webcam, was so that I could, in addition to doing drawing streams, I could do painting streams. So that's where we're at. Hey, Cricket. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't have YouTube Premium. I don't have Twitch Turbo either. I feel like almost bad for not having any of that. But mostly because I've cut most subscriptions out of my life to save money. Because like for a while there, because like I said, I was unemployed for a couple years, and so I had to cancel almost every single one of my subscriptions to be able to, because I almost went homeless. I almost was like to the point where I like had to like abandon my apartment because I just didn't have any money. My mom's great. Like, she helped me out for quite a bit, or quite a while, until I got back on my feet. And I was able to get a job at a credit union for a year or two before I started working for the agency I'm working for now. And, but yeah, I bought this during that period because I was looking for something to do to kind of keep me occupied, because I was going into a really steep depression. But, so I use this as kind of a means to kind of get myself
Those biddies.
Holy shit, 3 bits. 300 bits. Thank you. Thank you. Pete? Holy hell. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Pete. That means a lot. God, now I'm completely thrown out of what I was even thinking of talking about. Jeez. But yeah, so I picked that up to kind of just have a thing to do, because, you know, idle hands are the devil's playground, as the saying goes. Oh, I put too much brown in there. But I did that, and then, yeah, I just kind of whatevered it. I need to get... try to hear my key. Yeah. So, but yeah, so like, as part of me like being turbo poor, I canceled all of the subscriptions I was that I had. And so like I stopped playing Final Fantasy 14. I started playing Elder Scrolls Online because I owned it already, so I didn't have to buy any extra things for it. You know, no subscriptions, really nice. So I started doing that number. I stopped subscribing to... No, I stopped subscribing to Netflix a while ago. But like almost every single thing that I had a subscription for, I canceled. I got a new insurance carrier, so my insurance rates were cheaper. I changed my phone plans, so my phone plan was cheaper. I did everything humanly possible that I could to cut expenses. And so I have not gone back really to doing resubscriptions. Like I'll do like free trials and stuff. Like, right now I have to cancel a DoorDash free trial in like 3 days. And then I got an Amazon an Amazon trial for like $7, but that was because I wanted to buy the thing that was $150 for $100 for Cat Tree for Cricket. And the only way I could do that and get that price is to get the $7 Amazon Prime thing, which is fine because, like, you know, that's essentially the cost of shipping. But still, I already canceled that one even. So I'm very, very cautious on my output. Yeah, I assume with audio. Yeah. And so, but yeah, I haven't done YouTube Premium. I don't judge people who do. I mean, you do with only what you want. I'm not gonna. Who am I to police how I spend my money? I spend my money on guns, plastic soldiers, and like video games. So like, I am not gonna be the first one to throw stones when I live in a glass house. But yeah, so where was I going with all that? I don't even know. I spend mine on worse, trust me. That's fair. But yeah, it's been a real thing for me, like even just trying to, because like I watch a bunch of YouTuber or a bunch of Twitch streamers, a couple of VTubers, and like spending money on like subscriptions on them, I personally feel guilty to myself for doing it. It's like, you're not supposed to have a recurring subscription. And so like I really beat myself up over it. And the best thing I can kind of do to like still support them, but like not have a subscription, and it's the most backwards ass way of doing it, is I'll get like a crap ton of money, buy a bunch of bits, and just throw it at them in big chunks. Because this way I don't feel guilty about having a subscription, but I can still support my favorite streamer and stuff like that. And yeah, that's usually how I do my support for my streamer friends and stuff like that, is I do that number. Now, that said, I've also done a few things.
Those biddies.
You bastard. You bastard, Pete. Thank you. Thank you for the another 200 bits. God. But, yeah, the one streamer I frequently watch, Moripa, and I have been subscribed to her since a year at this point, but I haven't actually bought a single month of subscription time, as weird as that sounds. But like, because I have Crow, when he shows up, he got me, because I was planning on subscribing, is the funny part. Like I was legitimately planning to subscribe because I spend so much time over there. And I was like, okay, this month my gift sub I randomly got from like a Twitch Prime thing, I'm gonna do the thing, I'm gonna subscribe, and it's gonna be cool, and I'm gonna be supportive. And then my damn friend Crow, love you, man, thanks, Pete. But yeah, my damn friend Crow was like, hey, Whip, you don't have a subscription anymore. Let me give you 5 months. I'm like, you asshole. And so like, I was planning on doing like a 5-month or like a 6-month subscription, because you can do that in like a single block. I was like, you know, I'll just pay once in a big block of a subscription, and then, I'll just turn off the recurring thing so I can do my own mental, we're not technically subscribed thing. But then he does that number, and I'm like, well, fuck, I was intending to do that for myself, like, you bastard. So I ended up just gifting 5 subs to the streamer instead for like 5 other viewers. And I'm just like, here's the 5 subs, the 5 months of subs I was planning on doing, because someone stole my fucking thunder and did it before I could. So I still spent the money to support the streamer, but I was just like, damn it, the one time I was actually going to subscribe, some jerk of a friend got me like 5 months instead. I was like, you bastard. But, thank you for the bits, though. I do appreciate it. Oh my god. Crow, you bastard. You've been listening this whole time. Oh, is that? No. I misread. Sorry. Pete said. I thought, okay. Here you go, my man. Oh my god. Why are you doing this? Pete, my man. Because I saw Raven. Okay, so yeah, it's like Buckshot Short, Ring Crow. Who is that? I can't read the Japanese. I don't think that's more. Chrismo, Matador. Oh my god. Thank you, Pete. I really appreciate all the gift subs. That's, oh god. Oh, that's, okay. Like being support. No, I really appreciate it. That's, it's really, I'm very bad at, like, accepting gifts. I'm really bad at accepting gifts. I thank you. I do appreciate it. Really. I don't know how to convey the thoughts and the words, but I do appreciate it. Thank you, Pete. Yeah, thank you. My ghasts have been flabbered. We'll put it like that. My ghasts have been flabbered. I had a while where I was almost doing a couch stream for a while, so I'm sure. Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm fine now. Like, I want to make that clear. I am 100% a-okay fine, because like I wouldn't be able to spend all my money on like silly things. But like 2 or 3 years ago, I was in a really rough spot, and that's partly why, like, if you go into my YouTube archives, as it were, you'll see where I had like just a completely, sharing. That's as I like to steal the quote from Warframe. We all lift together. Lift together. There we go. And so like, if you go to my like old YouTube things, you'll see I was doing a Factorio playthrough, and I stopped, and then like there was nothing for like a year or 3, and then I suddenly started playing again, and that was from when I was super unemployed and super depressed. So, yeah, there was a distinct gap when I just took a break from this, because I also just didn't have, like, not having any money, not having, like, a job, and then just being depressed, like, really just kind of saps out it kind of, like, almost kills your desire to just do other fun things as well, because you're just feeling so crappy about it and so stressed about, like, am I going to have money for rent? Like, am I going to have money for food? The cat? All these other things, and it's just, like, it just takes a lot out of you mentally. And so, there's a distinct couple year block, where I just wasn't streaming, I wasn't doing anything creative, and then that's why I bought the submarine, is because, like, I hadn't put together a model in, like, years, I hadn't painted in years, and so, I just wanted to kind of try and kickstart myself, so I forced myself to put it together. You need to get slightly out of the way. Sharp bits. But yeah, I forced myself to put it together, and I did, but then I just haven't painted it in like a couple years, because it's been sitting on one of my bookshelves, on top of one of the bookshelves, for probably 2 or 3 years, I think. 2 years, because I got it like right before I turned 35. And I'm turning 38 in about a month, about 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I think. So yeah, I guess it's been sitting on the shelf for about
about 2 years. I actually had to blow a bunch of dust off of it before I primed it black today. It was kind of funny. You like I hit with like a thing of canned air, and you just see the dust coming off. I was like, ooh. Let's see here. Where we go? I deleted all my VODs when I stopped last year. Yeah. Okay. You know, I didn't know you streamed, Pete. I mean, I know you did all the fishing stuff, but I didn't realize you actually streamed at any point. It's kind of like news to me compared to other people who, like, you know, are much more blatant about it. Yeah, I used to stream web fishing and Minecraft on weekends. Oh, okay. Hype train level 2. I need to get new sound bites for those. Oh, I get a thing? Oh, ooh, I have a new button. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. How do I do those? Can I just copy paste that? Oh, fuck. Well, let me do that. Yeah. Message soundbite. You can certainly suggest it. That's really cool that I have that now. Thank you, Pete. But yeah, what do you have for the, because I was probably gonna do something cheesy like, choo choo, here comes the hype train. The II from Silent Service. Maybe not on that one, because that doesn't, like, what's the word for it? Like, it doesn't convey hype train to me. If that makes sense. I want things that, like, work communicatively for what they do. Also, we have ads, so for those who are not freshly subscribed, enjoy, we'll be back here in a minute. Alright, glad I got an ad. Oh, God. How do you... Oh, do you not have a... Welcome back. I was saying, I don't think the II serve from Silent Service would work, because it's a little... It doesn't communicate the concept of a hype train. So I'm not sure if that would be, like, the ideal thing to use, if that makes sense. Right now, the pain in the ass part where I've got to paint something very, very precise. Because we did it just under the first torpedo tube. There we go. Sorry, that took a moment of focus to actually get the paint on. Still kind of is, to be honest. Oh, like right underneath that damn thing, didn't I? Alright, we have the pressure hull, at least with the first coat. So she is sufficiently grimy looking. I just find those old 16 bytes and old names nice. I've been meaning to stream it. Yeah, if you do, let me know. I'll definitely like shout out and raid you if I can and you're on. Brian. Yeah, I need to change the water out here in a second. Though I still have a bunch of paint left in the palette, and I don't want it to have it just dry. So I might just keep going until that palette is empty. So bear with me. Thanks, sir. Yeah. This thing is really big. Like, I have a 23-inch monitor, and this is about 25 inches, maybe 26. It's biggin'. Cause like, it big. That's a great question. I will look and tell you, because I know like I said, the original boat's supposed to be 300 feet long. So we can figure out exactly how big this is relative to that in a minute here, but I just need to use the rest of the paint in my palette. While I still have it wet. Probably doesn't help that I have my fan on either, but I need the fan on because I'm a little warm because I'm wearing jeans. And I don't want to like cook myself here, so we have the fan on, which is not helping my painting situation. So I will get to that in a moment. Because we're actually almost out of paint too, so we're good. Actually, this orange is kind of starting to look, now that I've got like a second coat on it now, it's starting to look kind of nice. First I was like, maybe that's not going to look good. I'm like, no, this is kind of looking good. So, I just need to use the rest of the paint that we have, because it's almost out. I almost wonder if I should have put this in the miniatures painting category instead of just the generic creative one. That's another thing I was thinking about too. It's like, I know I had a friend of mine, he's one of the guys who did my dragon emotes, actually. His name's Joe Warhost, and he was doing miniatures painting streams pretty regularly, and he had some decent people watching them, a decent number of people watching them. So I'm like, should I be more correctly painting in a different category than what I'm doing right now, or should I just leave it in creative and hope there's just more creative exposure? Who knows? I don't. Yeah, I think that is. My brush is almost out of paint, so, and I don't have any more on my palette, so I think this may be where we have to pause it, so I can go check the scale and swap out my water. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that category will have people looking for this type of content, though. It does, but I also, like, I'm technically still doing art, so I need to do something about my camera, too, because, like, might get more people clicking. It might, but on the same token, like, there's not as many people to click in the first place, if that makes sense. So it's like the broader category versus the more specific one, but the broader category also can get a lot more people to watch. I'll look at the analytics. Because it's like at the end of every stream, I look at my analytics. I look at, like, you know, where people have tuned in from, who has tuned in, not who, but just generally who, from where, and on what they tuned in from, how they tuned in, either like directly from the follower thing, through the browse page, or whatever else, or through tags. And then I can run a stream like this in art, run a stream in miniatures, both on the same day, and compare the two results and see which one has better impressions, and just kind of go from there. I don't think I'm going to have enough brown. I'm almost out of brown. Good plan. Yeah, like I don't. Sometimes I chase trends, which I don't do it as much as I used to, because like, oh cool, this new big first-person shooter just came out. Let me start streaming it. And then you and everyone else had that great idea, and it's like 1,000,001 people. But art itself is still kind of a semi-niche thing, so yeah, oversaturated. Yeah, because like art is not, I wouldn't say art is oversaturated, but like there's a difference between what would it look like? Because, like, art had... Oh, no, I am in miniatures painting. Oh, I take that back. I'm in miniatures and models, actually. I was in my... Yeah. No, so I am doing miniatures and models right now. There are 383 viewers and only 13,000 followers. I don't know how many were in... are in art. Now, admittedly, what I could do, if we're trying to just look at raw numbers, we can at the 2 hour mark, we can put ourselves over into the other category and we can see what happens. So, we can literally directly compare numbers. But we have to like slightly adjust for the fact that my first 2 hours are, you know, not necessarily like, it's usually by like hour 3 is when you hit your like your peak viewer counts from what I remember looking at the numbers with. But yeah, I'll throw it over at like, you know, the 2 hour mark maybe and see what we get. And I can look at the graphs and stuff like that, and that'll kind of tell me what I want to know. But like when I've done the drawing streams before, I did that in art and that was fine. Actually, no, we can do it right now. Fuck it, we'll do it right now. Because like I've been here for an hour. People who would have been clicked would have clicked. So let's change category to art. Art, yeah, that's got 6.7 thousand people watching it as opposed to like 400. So, all right, we're putting the art. I'm gonna do a quick AFK so that I can get some fresh water for my my water cup because this looks icky. But I'll be right back. Nicer. Maybe a pretzel while I'm over there. But yeah, I just need to get fresh water. Okay. Water. See. We have paper towels. We're back. All right. Let's look at our music situation. We've been listening to Elwyn Forest for the past hour. So let's swap over to Dun Moreau. If it will do the thing. I like how I have my YouTube stream on ultra low latency, and I'm still looking over at it, and it's got like, it just caught up to me tearing the 2 paper towels and then on my lap and then putting them up there. That was like a good 10-15 seconds. I'm like, that's on ultra low latency? Holy hell. I think on Twitch it's maybe like 3 to 5 seconds of that. It's kind of crazy. All right, let's see here. I need other... And other Warcraft music. Where is... I'm trying to find... I want the music from Teldrassil. There's Howling Fjord. Moonglade. Isle of Thunder. There's Ashenvale. I don't want the Teldrassil gameplay. I just want the music. Come on now. Here's Ashenvale. Where is... There's Isle of Quel'Danas. Wrath of the Lich King. Elwyn Forest. Where is the dam? Ooh, Dalaran. Ooh, I like Dalaran. Alright. Forget Mulgore. We're going to Dalaran. I love Dalaran. Alright, we'll let that spin up here. There we go. Ooh, Cricket out. He did. I don't know what he's looking at, but... Oh, no, I know what it is. It's the cup of water. He sees the cup of water and he wants to do stuff out the water. I've seen that look. Okay, I need to make some more paint. But yeah, the, oh, that's right, we're going to look up the scale of the model. But yeah, you can kind of tell between, like, second coat versus first coat. So, I'm really liking that. I'm excited, because at first I was like, I don't know if this is going to look good. Now I'm doing that, it's like, it's looking a lot better. Okay, so... let us look at the scale of this model. I just need to go to my Amazon page and look at what I actually ordered. SUV is a 1/144 scale model. What the hell? I need to sign in. Yeah, this is what I got. The little box kit. No, it doesn't show up terribly well, but yeah, it was a 1/144 scale kit. I did not pay $60 for that. There's no way I paid $60 for that. How much did I actually pay for that? There's no way. View order. I paid $44 for that. Oh, that was from a different company. Okay, yeah, I bought it from Not Models. This is... No, this is the same part. Yeah, no, I don't... But yeah, no, I paid $44 for this in May of 2023. So actually, yeah, it's been almost just over 3 years that I got this. But, what are reviews? Okay, yeah, he printed his up like that. But, yeah. Yeah, just the two people who put pictures. But yeah, no, this is what I got. I got it. I was quite happy with it. But yeah, I like the scale. It's really big. Because they had a couple out there that are like really small scale. I'm like, no, I want like big. I want big. All right. Yeah, I wonder if I could potentially bring... I need like another boom arm up here to bring this other camera so it's looking like straight down, because right now I have it like at a weird angle. There's not much I can do about it right now because I don't have anything else to like really attach to my boom arms. It's like a pretzel in the corner of my mouth. Okay. Yeah. I have orange on my nose. Yeah. I also need a boom arm. Yeah. Yeah, so I've got the so I can do Lego streams. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, because like I don't know if there's a good way for me to even show this. I'll do this number. Yeah. So like I've got a webcam, the webcam pointing down there. And so that's how we're doing that right now. And I don't have anything really attached because it's I've got the monitor arms that I have because I've got like 5 monitors that we work off of. And I've got it just kind of literally hanging off one of those arms, but they don't extend far enough forward. Now, I suppose I could put it up. I've got underneath the helmet. I could potentially hang it up there and that would like more center it, but I don't know if that would get me like vertical distance over the main monitor here. So it is what it is. That was like an okay place to put that. Got orange on my nose of all things. Planning for the summer. Ooh, that'll be exciting. I feel like I'm a chain smoker. Tap the packs. We're gonna go like extra with the amount of orange we're gonna use here, because like I know I'm gonna have to do quite a bit for this boat show. Ah. Uh-oh. We're almost out of that brown. We are almost out. But yeah, no, Lego streams are beautiful. I actually have, I don't know if I know I've tweeted about it, and I think I've posted about it in the hobby chat, but I have a really big Star Citizen Lego model I want to put together. And so I'm kind of excited about that too. Oh, this looks like it's more brown than orange. I don't know how I feel about it. Oh, no, that's about the right look. That looks actually okay. I just need to mix it better. And so I get paint everywhere. Man, it's gonna look like I shoved my fingers in shit. Oh, they got this like horrible brown orange looking gunk on them right now. Oops. Let's see here. A little water. A little more water. And just a smidge more. Not to even make it in there. The poo, yes, the poo. But yeah, I just need a better consistency with the paint so it's not too thick. You do not want paint with 3 C's of thickness. You only need one C. Okay. Yeah, I think I could probably get this whole thing painted tonight. In like, because I allocated about 4 hours to do the stream, but I feel I could probably knock this out. I might just stay up and later, but I think I could probably knock this out in like 6 hours if I'm like relatively quick about this. I like my men like I like my paint. Hairy and full of spilled over my pants. Right, that would see, I was taking it one way and I thought I was gonna be funny with it, and then you kind of completely 180 on me on that one. I was not expecting that. Spilled all over my pants. So humorously, Sophia was like, hey, I didn't see anything on your stream about like ages. Like, is there like a limit or anything like that? I'm like, yeah, as long as you're at least 18 plus. I don't want minors on the stream because we make a lot of dirty jokes. I curse a lot. You know, it's not a good place for kids. But then yeah, then we have the I like my men the way I like my pants. My paint's spilled all over my pants. It's like, yes, that is definitely adult humor. Oh, that reminds me. So Twitch did this thing where you can like sign up for like, you can make a creator profile and you can set yourself up so that like sponsorships can just look you up by looking at your profile, you know, see what your stream's about and all this other stuff. And then during the little training thing, it took maybe like 5 minutes to do the training for it. But during the training, they're like, hey, you know, you need to make sure that when you're making your page, you make it very brand friendly, and you know, you try to and then when you are streaming for the brand, you try to be very like professional and like whatever. And I'm like, bitch, please. If you pick me to be a sponsored person, like, I'm not gonna filter. Like, you're gonna get me and the people that are watching me for the reason I was doing that shit. So like, you know, buckle up, buckaroo. I'm not turning any filters on. So your service corp. No, I already do that to the state. I already sold my soul to the state. So I am I'm already spoken for my my wage slaveness. But yeah. But now I was looking at that, I was just like, you know, I think all the big streamers I've seen that have gotten sponsorship stuff, they are just as crude and as crass during the stuff than when they haven't been. Because you got to think about it. Like, if this advertiser wants all of the people on this person's stream anyway, and they're already known to be doing XYZ, like asking them to not do the XYZ because it would damage the brand. I'm like, do you not know who you even asked to do the sponsored streams with? Like, their entire base is built around a certain type of humor or a certain type of content. And you're like, no, we don't want that. It makes no sense to me. That's like corporate tone deafness. Yeah, it's going to make their audience work. Yeah, that's the thing is, it's just like, you know, you can actually do what I've seen a couple streamers like, they're like overly like, today we are doing a sponsored stream and we are not allowed to do anything naughty. And they just make a point of it to make fun of it the entire stream. And so like by the rules of their agreement, they have successfully abided by all things, but like everyone knows what's going on and what's up. But like, you know, you look at people like Burnt Peanut and shit like that, and you're like, yeah, no. he is not going to be doing filters and shit like that when he's doing his shit. So I really like these silly little paint cups. They've got like textures on the bottom. You can get the brush cleaned out with it. It's nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, no. Or just like be flat up, because like, in my opinion, like I work a good enough job to where I'm not relying on streaming for my money or my income. So like whatever happens in terms of like if I become big or whatever. But the important part is that I don't need to worry about sponsors like dictating shit. Like, if you want me to sponsor your shit, you're going to come to me and I'm going to accept your terms and I'm going to do it how I want to do it. Like I will do a little bit of like, you know, the bit and pony show of whatever, but like I am not going to just like like you come to me, I'm going to do it my way. So that's going to be the breaks. Cuz like otherwise, I don't need this job. I don't need this money. Like sure, extra money's nice, but like nah. I will use what freedoms I have to stick it to the man. I realize as I'm painting this, the camera can't see shit. Aside from the fact I'm just doing random brush noises. But it is looking quite nice though. I gotta remember my things are all reversed. It's coming together. slowly coming together. Because like it's actually starting to look like evenly, the paint's looking pretty evenly applied. It's not looking nearly as patchy. I'm probably gonna do a third coat, but I think the third coat will be fine. That'll be like all I need. It's just like 3 relatively thin coats. And then the really bad part is I'm gonna have to do gray coats. And because the other part of this hull, as you can probably see in the mini preview here, is that it's like that like robin's egg blue crossed with like gray, like that naval looking gray. And I've got black on this thing. Fuck me. That's gonna be like 5 or 6 coats just to cover that up. So I imagine what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go in bluish gray. Yeah. That's a apt way to describe that color. Yes. But I'm probably gonna have to go in with like a brown first. Ironically, because I'm doing like a brown orange right now, but I'm gonna have to go in with a brown over the black, and then from the brown go in and do a secondary color of the gray, because otherwise it's just not gonna want to go over top very well. Or I start with a dark gray and then work my way up. Which I think that'll probably be a better way to do it. Start with the dark gray and then layer up to lighter grays. Because I know if you're trying to like do like a red or a pink over black, you would actually go in with a brown first, and then once you've done the brown, you go in with the pink. You do like actually no, that's right. If you're trying to do yellow on a black base coat, you do brown, then pink, then yellow, as I recall, and that gives you a nice bright crisp yellow because of how the light refracts through the paints. So, but it's gonna be a similar thing to that. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like quite happy with how the coats are going on here. And we're only an hour and a half in. Yeah, that looks really nice. Like still a little splotchy, but that's just kind of like because the nature of this. But I'm feeling really good about it. Just wish I was a bit more ambidextrous than what I am, because right now I'm like holding it with my left hand, painting with the right, and like I'm at the end of the boat on the stern of the boat, and I'm like, we're kind of running out of space here. Here we go. Shit. Fingers are all wet from the water. I just realized, like, I've got the camera that goes like, I'll paint it on the ground. Like, no, I think this is too big for that. I just need to have the camera like almost pointing at me. But again, that's why I have multiple cameras, so I can have like all this stuff going on as I'm painting. Like, I don't know if I'm getting good angles. I'm like, well, we have enough cameras that it doesn't matter for the angle so much. All right, let's go to the back. Hello, Mr. Cricket. How are you doing, sir? The really trippy thing I'm gonna have to do is doing the shark face on the front of the boat as well. I'm gonna have to go in with a pencil and like kind of do the outline of that before I actually paint it in. Another thing I'm not looking forward to. Paint, can I get you back into the center of what I'm doing, please? Thankfully, this is on the underside of the rudder, so no one's going to really see this. It's the creative hack that no one wants you to know. You have any water decals for it? I don't know. So I'm just going to freehand it. It's not a big deal. I'm pretty good at freehand. Actually, it may have come with water decals, but I think they've been long lost to the ages. So we're just gonna. It's a pretty big shark face. I'm not worried about it. If it was like smaller, I might be more concerned. But it's a fairly generously sized one. And I've got. I wouldn't say I have steady hands, but I've got good enough hands to not really have a fit. So it'd be fine. It'd be fine. You know, what I'm kind of surprised, honestly, is I haven't seen King here. Because he's been here the past couple of streams, and he's been very, 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 very loud and vocal about being here, and I haven't seen him yet tonight. It's a little curious. And the reason I was talking about Sophia's thing the other day, earlier, because she was like asking about the age of stream, and I know she's over 18. She was talking about how she's in college and dealing with classes and stuff like that. But like the other day when he showed up, he was like, "Hey, are you really firm about that 18-year-old thing where you have to be at least 18 to be here? Because like, what if my 14-year-old brother happened to show up and talk stuff? Would you ban him?" And I'm thinking to myself like, you know. No one asks that unless they happen to be the 14-year-old brother themselves. And so I'm like thinking, I was like, he hasn't actually indicated it, but that's a hell of a fucking smoking gun if I ever saw one. And so I've been like kind of waiting for him to out himself before I ban him for being too young to be on the too young to be in chat. I haven't done it yet because, like, hypothetically he could be telling the truth, but I'm fairly certain. King has some. Oh yeah, no, that's the other thing. There's been like I already gave him the other formal warning of like, hey, quit self-advertising and quit begging. Like, I don't mind talking about other people who stream in my chat. I don't have a problem with that at all. But it was just like the way he was doing it, I was like, I'm not. That's kind of rude. Like, I don't know what is going on with you, but that needs to stop. So yeah, he was already gotten his formal warning. But I'm waiting for him to like outwardly declare that he is not supposed to be here, so that I can then just nip that in the bud. Oh shit. Yeah, I was sharing that with one of my mods. I was like, this looks suspicious. This looks quite suspicious. And King, if you happen to be looking at the VOD after the fact, and you get to this part, we're on to you, buddy. We're on to you. But yeah, I'm generally a pretty laid-back person, so it's only when like people do really stupid shit when I start getting like uppity. So yeah, I still feel a bit of guilt for plugging the store. I was only breaking up chat. I mean, like, we've talked about the store before. You asked about it. I wouldn't stress about that because like it's got stuff on there I'm interested in. Like, if you were crossing a line, I would say something about it. But, like, it kind of naturally came up in conversations. So, you know, because I was talking about my shopping. And you were like, oh, yeah, the store I deal with. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. So, I mean, it's like, you know, like, it's only when people are, like, doing things that are, like, where it's, like, literally distracting from conversation or, like, making a point of it to deviate from what's being talked about to talk about the thing they're talking about. That's where I start to get a little persnickety. But, like, I was literally talking about my own shopping sprees. and like the stuff I'm buying for my things. And so like that was a natural kind of extension into that. And you know, you're good. And also it goes with the fact of like, it's the difference between someone who has been here regularly talking a lot and like frequently does things with the channel and with me versus someone who showed up 2 days ago. Like that, there's a big difference in that. Like there are people like it's yeah, because I think it was like earlier he's like, hey, will you build a PC for me? And I'm like, well, no, I don't know you. Like, I mean, like even if I did, like there's a very short number of people that I would do that for, and like short of me knowing you for like, you know, God knows, I'm not fucking doing that shit. Yeah, no, it was something. So, but he seemed to mellow out, and he was on my Discord earlier too, or the other day too, when they were playing Magic, and he stayed muted the whole time, and he seemed pretty chill otherwise, chit-chatting with people. So I was like, okay, I don't see any particular reason to take any other steps yet, so we'll just kind of roll with it and see what happens. And that's kind of where we've been at with it, with the monitoring situation with him. So I think I might need like another 1 or 2 coats with this, because like we're almost there and we almost don't have streaks, but it's not quite an even coat yet, which I'm not sure if it's ever gonna 100% be an even coat, because this is with a brush and not an airbrush. Like you're gonna have issues with brush strokes, but I'm feeling pretty good about this, because it's pretty, and since the coats are thin, it's drying pretty quick. Yeah, we almost have an entirely brown-bellied boat now. I'm almost completely out of brown, and I'm like halfway through this, but we almost have the bottom done. And then Cricket has retreated to his little cubby hole. I think I might be able to get maybe more of the belly done. Because like I've gotten the bow and the stern pretty well done with what I've had available for paint. It's just the very bottom isn't quite as evenly coated as the rest of it. So I'm just gonna try and get what we can out of that. Oh, we still have paint. And maybe, because I still need to go to the store tomorrow. I slept through today. So I went to bed at like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and I slept until 6 in the evening. So, El Gato, yes. But yeah, I did that because I was meaning to go to the store to get some dry erase markers for my whiteboard I have that I just got the other day. And I haven't done that yet, and I've been meaning to for the past several days. And I want to get it before the work week starts, because I want to use that to track some of my projects and stuff that I'm working on for work. Yeah, no, that's looking really good now. I wish... Oh, wait, I can... If I... Yeah, it's not quite like... You can still see, like, the streaks under the direct light, but it's looking a lot better. I think, like, another 2 coats or so, and we'll be good to go. If I have enough paint for 2 coats. That is the only questionable part, is I don't know if I have enough paint. Like, I don't have any other oranges. Now, I could mix my own orange. I certainly have the paints to do it. I'd have to mix... Yeah, I have a bright scarlet red I could do. That with some yellow. This is a lot more washed out. Yeah, this is a lot more... With how the lighting is, this is actually like a banana yellow, like a deep yellow. And on the camera, it's making it look like a highlighter yellow. Or use OJ. I don't have any OJ. So that's not happening. Alright, I'm gonna set this down right there. I need to get more water. Though it occurs to me I have a bathroom literally next to me, so I could probably just dump it in this bathroom sink and then refill it. It's just latex paint. What's the big deal with going into the bathroom sink? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Really. Or just use Joe Hey, King! How's it going, buddy? Hey. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. I need to bring a trash bag in here, actually. All these paper towels. I'm going to get some fresh water and throw these out real quick. I'll be right back. Ugh. Like magic, we're back. Poof. Oh boy. Okay. We are at that's a half hour. Ooh. Faster than I thought it'd be. Okay, let's see. We got at Legion. Okay. Let's go to Ashenvale. Borean Tundra, Broken Shore, Karazhan, Stormheim, Soromar. Ooh, I like Soromar. Soromar had good music. Twithounds, Uldon, Loch Modan. Yeah, Ashenvale's really good with this music. I liked Ashenvale. Great, drunk 300 drink before streaming an hour or two. King, please, buddy. Stop talking about your streams on my streams. It's very rude. This is the last warning, man. You've shown up 3 days, and each day you've talked about your streams and what you're streaming. You could have used a little discretion and gone, yeah, I just had 300 drinks. I'm feeling great. Like, I've specifically asked you several times now. All right, let's get some more orange and get this mixed. Actually, let's do the brown first, because I don't know how much I had. Sorry, I just woke up never. Okay, all good. Alright, let's get you in here. I'm pretty sure this is my last bit of brown. I don't have... Ooh, yeah, I think we're actually out of brown. Ooh, we got a little. Okay, yeah, we got a little. We don't have much left. I'm just gonna put that upside down. Try and get the rest of that brown out. I might have enough for, like, one more. Can you balance there? You can. Cool. Alright. Okay. That is not what I wanted. Can I get you? Yes, you. Today's Google translation stuff has not been terribly accurate. I say it's now suddenly accurate as I'm doing what I'm doing, but no, it's been like very spotty most of the day today. I actually am almost completely out of orange too. Jeez. Okay. That should be okay. Let me do the mixy mix. It is what it is. Auto captions on clips is kind of spotty. Yeah, so there is another application I was using for a while there. It was called Closed Caption CC or something to that effect. I think I have it. Yeah, right here, actually. So, like, you could... essentially... can I cancel? So yeah, there's this app, the Ultimate Closed Captions, and what you could do with it is you could, it integrates into your stream, and essentially it lets you provide your own caption track, which is really good. The problem is it doesn't automatically translate, so you're purely relying on sites like YouTube or whatever else to then translate your caption track. or other screen readers to automatically do things to, what's the word for it? To automatically do things such that they would translate the transcription stuff. And so the problem I ran into it with it, specifically with like Moripa, because she's my primary person that uses my translating stuff, is that like it would do it in English, but then she'd have to have a third party program on top of my third party program to be able to translate those captions. And so I ultimately went with the transcription service, air quotes, that I'm using now, where it picks up what I'm talking. You can select a primary language up to 3 translation languages. And it just, using Google's little API thing, it just does it live real time. And then I just have it hard encoded onto the top of the stream so that we can have our relatively good and unobtrusive stuff. And this way it is independent of other stuff. So it's as good as I can get. But it's, for something free, it's not bad, because there are plenty of paid services out there that they use like AI, and you end up paying like a hell of a chunk of change per token to do live translations like that. Like if I had, so there's another bit of stuff I have on my machine a local LLM, and what a drink. Yes. I had on my machine, I have a LLM, large language model AI thing installed on my machine so that I can do live translations if I wanted to. The problem is that eats up almost my entire graphics card's throughput to run that. And so if I'm doing any type of actual gaming, it cannot handle actual like translations in real time. If I had 2 machines, and like I had one machine doing my encoding and one machine doing my game, I could get away with it, because I could have a machine that's encoding with its own graphics card running the LLM to do live translations on my machine. And those are really accurate. But because I don't have a second computer with a second graphics card, I can't really do that. And so we're kind of just stuck using this. But I had everything set up. It was a Local Vocal, was the name of it, Local Vocal. And it's really good. It's just very GPU heavy. And if you're doing any type of gaming, you just don't have enough overhead to be able to pull that off. So I kind of stopped. I think I discovered it when I was doing Dredge last Halloween. And that was kind of what was going on there. King does room tour. No room tour right now. We're painting. We are painting right now. So, and I have very little time before the paint dries, so I have to be relatively quick with what I'm doing. Oh, shit. A fleck of paint. How'd that get in there? How was your day? I slept most of the day, actually. I ended up going to sleep at around 6 or 7 in the morning. And then I promptly woke up at about 6 p.m. I ate a light dinner, lunch thing. And then I watched a couple of my friends stream. And then I started streaming here. And that's been my day. Painting the USS Cat. Okay, first off, the Gato is not named for the Spanish word cat. It is named for a cat shark, which is probably named after by a Spanish thing, but it is technically named after a shark, technically speaking. Technically. I had a whole pizza at 2 a.m. Ooh. That sounds tasty. Do I have any frozen pizzas? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I have any, like, frozen pizzas right now. I should maybe go get some in the morning. Are you good at chess, Pete? The hard questions. Chesty chest. Nah. I've had enough from a brain chest, though. Brush, why you do this? Mr. Brush, why you do this? I'm just not getting enough pigment on the damn thing. What about you, streamer boy? He likes chess, but doesn't stream it. Why? Why do you ask me? Oh, I don't even really do chess at all, honestly. Like, it's not my thing. I'm not really much of a board gamer. Makes me sad a little bit that the brush strokes are not being translated into the microphone. I think because I have a limiter or whatever it's called, or I got a sound gate. That's what it is. Oh, I thought you liked chess. No, I must. Yeah, it might have been someone else. I'm not really a big chess person. Like, I've played it before. I understand how to play it. I'm not good at it. Trying to find a worthy opponent in chess. Well, I got bad news for you. You're not gonna find it here because I am terrible. So. Yeah, I suck too. I think one of my mods is pretty good at it, Lasankia, but he's not really. He lurks more than he's on overtly. He's also like really busy right now. This brush is dying on me. Like, it's just, like, fraying at the edges, or at the tip. It might be better to do with this one, maybe? Yeah, it's, like, fraying really bad on me. I don't think this brush is going to survive this model. This might be a one model brush. I mean, on the same token, this is, like, one brush out of, like, a 7-brush pack, and the whole pack costs, like, $8, so... Not really holding my breath here for high quality, but... It ain't long for this world. Did the bottom dry yet? Yeah, the bottom's kind of dry. Oh dear. Hearing creaking plastic noises is not good. Can I hold you like this? I can hold you like this, cool. I'm rated 1200 player in chess.com. Nice. I need more water for this thing. I might do some Peak tomorrow. My friend Red was talking about getting it, and I might actually ninja him a copy of it, because he was like, hey, you want this other random cheap game I found? It's like $5, I'll get it for you. I'm like, maybe not. I'm like, hey, but there's this other game that you might be interested in for like $8. He's like, oh, okay. I told him about Peak, and I'm like, Love Peak. Yeah, right? So I might do that maybe tomorrow. I still need to do my Arc Raiders stuff. I haven't done my weekly stuff for it, and I know it resets tomorrow at like 2 in the morning on... Actually, 2 in the morning, like Monday morning is when it resets, so I need to probably do it sooner than later. But... yeah. Yeah, no, I enjoy Peak. I haven't played much of it. Like, I played it with my old Final Fantasy 14. I will stretch in just a moment. I have wet paint on my brush, and I will stretch in a moment. The needs of my drying paint and my limited amount of paint are outweighing the channel points at this exact second. Bear with me. We have an ad break coming up in about a minute. But yeah, I'm on a bit of a timer with this paint in the palette before it dries out on me. So I've got the fan going and it's making things dry out faster than I'd like. Yeah, this brush is fucking dying on me. Should have gotten an airbrush. Actually, no, I couldn't be doing this if I had an airbrush, because that would be the air compressor would be running, and that's too loud to be running on an apartment at 4 in the morning. So, no, actually, I couldn't do an airbrush. Oopsie. C'est la vie. How have I not gotten that propeller? Mistakes were made. Ad should be coming up here in a second. There they are. And I'm out for a few. Okie dokie. The ads get us all. Oh, okay, there's that stretch. Ugh. I think we've gotten most of the back of the boat done pretty good, so we probably can start shifting towards the front of the boat with this brown paint. Is the hopeful intent. Carefully grip this thing. I'm glad I've got decent personal grip strength, because I'm like pinching it by like the top of the pressure hull. Man, this... With how I'm holding these camera angles, man, this is like terrible all around. Because I got like the reference picture like right. I'm not doing anything up here. I'm doing all my stuff back here. So I can't help but wonder if maybe I shouldn't be doing something there like that as I'm working on this. Crick cam. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, the crick cam's good. Yeah, of course, the crick cam's good. Crick cam's always good. It's the crick cam. We'll adjust this a bit more so that you can actually see what I'm working on. It's a live stream. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's pretty damn good if you ask me. Like, I'm sure it's going to look terrible on the camera with like harsh lighting applied to it, but in terms of like just eyeballing it at a distance like this is like a very a very even, clean, clear coat. I'm liking this. Okay, our ad break is wrapping up, so people should be filtering back in here in a minute. Or less, as the case may be. But yes, ads are finished. Welcome back, everybody. Where am I getting this random... Ew. It's like a fleck of paint. That's forbearing. Wow. Verboten. Heresy. Verboten heresy. Welcome back, Gold. Just trying to get the nose of this boat done so we can move on to the other parts. And or so my fucking paint doesn't dry out on me again. I was honestly wanting to do some sea shanties for this stream. And I was like, oh, I could go into the Assassin's Creed 4 soundtrack and do the stuff from there. But then I'm like, a bunch of people have also done actual performances of those, and I'm not sure if that'll actually get triggered for copyright or not. So, we settled on World of Warcraft instead. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, I don't know if those would actually like fall under like video game, or if the extra performances would like trigger copyright stuff. I don't want to have my damn YouTube stream killed halfway through again, so we're just playing that turbo safe. And I swear, if like Sophia didn't regularly show up, I would, for this one, I would not have actually streamed on YouTube. I would have just done straight Twitch and then just done the damn music and then dealt with it later. Because like YouTube does have like an AI tool that lets you pull what's the word for it? It lets you erase music tracks non-destructive, like without ruining the rest of the VOD. And so I was going to go and just do that, and then just spend the next like 3 weeks every day removing one of the tracks. You need to move Soph to Twitch somehow. She doesn't like the ads. And I know enough people who they themselves are like self-admitting that they are not tech savvy. And so, and that's why they just don't want to install the ad blockers and all the other stuff, because they just don't know how to. So, like, I get it. I'm not going to force it. So I'm just going to keep doing stuff on both platforms to do stuff. But yeah, no, I was not expecting you to make it today, Pete. And so I was like, I might just only have Sophie. And so I'm like, I'll do it on both, just so I can make sure I have somebody to talk to while we're doing this nonsense. So here we are, regretting many life decisions and choices. Wishing I had a smaller brush. I mean, I do have a smaller brush, but I don't want to get my smaller brush out because I'm lame. And this is also a part of the sub that no one's gonna see. Get off there. Downside to being hairy son of a bitch is you get hair everywhere. Also, I think actually what's happening is my paint itself is drying out. Yeah, I think the paint's drying out on the palette, so it's getting a little too thick. I might need to mix some more water in there. So we might just do that here in a second. We could do it with one hand, because, you know, My other is a little preoccupied. Oh, is my I just realized that I think my Twitch cam. Hold on a moment. Oh, vertically. Oh, I know what happened. It's because I have. I'm sitting here looking at this. I'm like, why is this camera being really weird? It's like on my other one, it's just fine. I'm like, why is this one being funky? I'm like, oh, that's why. Because, like, the one on YouTube is looking just fine, and then this one is not. I'm like, what is going on? That looks weird. Yeah. Yeah, because, like, on the webcam one for the vertical view, not the webcam, but the vertical view for Twitch on phones, that one's looking right. Where essentially it's like the top of my head, body. And I looked over and I'm like, why is the horizontal one weird? I'm like, oh, I didn't reflip the damn camera for the horizontal view. I'm like, what the shit am I doing? Yeah. Well, that's probably gonna make this a lot easier to watch. Oh, I think I know what was going on. So I was playing Magic the Gathering with some of the guys, and I had this flipped so that we can more easily see the cards. I think that's what's going on. So I think that's the culprit there. Let's remix it. Yeah, I think the paint was just drying out in the palette, which is why it was starting to get a little icky, mucky, yucky. Now I have to somehow get this off of the damn... Okay. I don't want to set it on that because that's full of cat hair. Yeah, it looks a lot better now that I don't have it like upside down all weird and shit. Who'd have thought? Yeah, I got this nice paint cart here with all the paints and the tools and shit in it. Yeah, I like how initially it was like straight down. I'm like, well, actually, we're not doing hardly anything straight down at this point. We're doing everything in my damn hands. Kind of whatever with it, so we need to adjust how we're actually doing this stuff. Yeah, we're holding the damn thing up the whole time. Yeah, this brush is like fraying really bad. Probably gonna chuck it after this. Though, admittedly, oh no, I got quite a bit to do on this. It's like, maybe I can get away with using the other one. Like, I think I have like one more broad-headed brush that I can use. So I think, like, at this point, the brown is looking really even on this. So probably gonna do like maybe one or two more coats on the tail to make sure that's the right color I want it to be. And then I think we're gonna be done with this portion of the brown, because I'm still gonna go back in and do an ink wash on it to give it like a dirtier look. Because in the reference thing here, it's looking very patinaed. And I want to kind of have a similar thing going on. I guess like an oxidized look. But that is a later thing and not a now thing. This brush is terrible. Like, it was good for the first pot of paint. And now it is not doing really well. It is struggle bussing. Yeah. This sounds like not the zone that I selected earlier for the music. I don't think. Maybe my memory is just getting really bad of old battle zones. No, because that's like the Night Elf theme in the background. Yeah, that's about right. Okie dokie. I don't have anything to brace my arm on. This is the Ashen Veil theme I recognize. Actually reminds me in a really weird way. So when I was in my freshman year of college, I was looking for friends, and I met a bunch of people who played World of Warcraft, because I had just started playing World of Warcraft at that point. And you go with along, make dinner, see you, Space Power. All right, see you later, Pete. Have a good one. Take care, man. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. And thanks for all the gifted subs, and thank you for all the bits. Really appreciate that, man. That was like, what, 500 bits? And yeah, 500 bits and like 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you. You have a wonderful evening, or morning, I should say, because it's like 11 in the morning over there for you. So yeah, you have a nice morning and a good afternoon. Thank you. Take care, dude. Be safe. Okay. I think we have our pressure hull just about done. Do like one more light coat on the other side, and I think we're done entirely, because it's got most of the. It's not really patchy anymore. It's pretty evenly coated in brown. There, it's like a chunk of paint that I know wasn't there before. Bye. Bye. My paint is drying out. I don't have any more. My paint is drying out. Oh, what am I going to do? Carefully grabbing this son of a bitch. Do. I like how it says like 2. I'm not saying 2, I'm saying do. I'm saying do. Doom. Doomy doom. Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I think we're... Do one more on the belly. Yeah, do one more on the belly, and I think we're done with the orange. The orangey brown. Because I can always go in with a dry brush of orange to get the highlights that I'm going to want and need. So like having the base coat like this is perfectly fine. Yeah, going with a dry brush of the bright orange and then hit it with a bunch of ink washing. That might work. But yeah, I think we are done. Whew, okay. Hands. Yeah. And it's on the belly last, so we need to rotate this guy. There we go. Okay. And then clean the brush. And then we might take a nice solid, like, 10 or 15 minute break here because my back is starting to bother me. I get some painkillers in me. Pick up some. Not an inaccurate statement. Okay, yeah, we got like another 45 minutes for our next hour break, and our next break as well. That's perfectly fine. Okay, let me run and throw this trash out and get some fresh water. I'll be right back because we ran out of water. Ran out of water to drink and ran out of water to do our brush with. I don't have anywhere to put these. What have I done? It's the drinking water. That's the not drinking water. I'll be right back on US. goodness. Okay. Tylenol and Advil, my favorite. All right, that's the good stuff. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, so we need to paint the steel gray of the Gato. And yeah, what's gonna be the best way to do that? I need to buy more of these paints. I'm actually completely out of these two paints. These are empty. I have completely gone through my Troll Slayer orange, and I have completely gone through my Beastly brown. They are empty. So, awkward. That said, I think we'll take a couple second break here. Oh, goodness. To, stretch and stuff, because my back hurts. I've been, like, hunched over that damn submarine for, like, the past, what is this, 2.5 hours at this point now? Like, admittedly, it's looking really good. Like, it looks really good. Like, compared to what this started at, like, this is nice. I'm happy about this one. So, I just need to very carefully put that over there. There we go. That'll work. But yeah, so, oh yeah, my back is like really hurting me. Yeah, we need to, let's see here. Probably, maybe. Back down that way for the moment. But, hey, King, welcome back. Pete has stepped away for a moment, or for the morning, because he's got to do some chores and stuff like that, and I'm taking a bit of a brief break here, because my back is hurting, because I was just stretched out for a good 2.5 hours. I need to find a different brown to, not brown, a gray. That's a dry brush gray. That's probably there. I don't have just a gray. It's contrast. I got 2 pots of. What's the difference? Oh, one's a little bit lighter than the other. Okay. So we want to use Administratum thing. So I guess we'll hit it with this first. This Administratum gray. I need to mix that. That's in bad shape. We'll mix it with that, and we will. Oh no! What have I done? Oh no! What have I done? Hold on. You stay, please. Trying to adjustments with that. Oh, that whole thing pivots. Okay. Can I see the setup? What do you mean the setup? This is the setup. I'm not sure what exactly you mean. Alright, I need to brush. This brush is dead. Hey, Cricket. Hey, buddy. The PC. The PC is at the side of my desk. I can't really show that because, like, that's... My desk is, like, the way it is, and then the PC is all the way off to the side, around the corner. Unfortunately, I cannot easily do that for you. I'm sorry. It's a dry brush. I guess we just have this one. It was a terrible brush. Ugh. Maybe I'll use one of my dry brushes, but yeah, this is a bad. This is a very bad brush. I don't have anything else I could use. Like, I don't want to use one of my dry brushes. Yeah, like I can post up a picture somewhere else, I think, but like I can't just like whip a webcam around and show the thing because it's not really like the cat cam is sitting on top of the PC, and that's like because I've got like the way my monitor arms are set up. Made me want to paint. Well, I mean, it is an art stream. Do I? The ball bearings. I think I have some paintbrushes in the other room. Hold on, let me see. Get rid of these because these are dead, but. Well, it appears that I don't have any actual big brushes left. I just have all my small brushes. So yeah, I don't have anything that I actually can sufficiently do this in broad enough strokes. Friggin' lame. I guess. Given that, I could probably use this one. It's one of my Korean brushes. Well, no, I could. It's a pencil one. Yeah, no, I think this might be what we have to deal with. That's unfortunate. I didn't think I'd actually run out of brushes like that, because like, I hardly ever use my broad brushes like that. I just use the fine tip ones. And they're just not here today. Okay. Yeah. Alright, what am I doing? My brain ain't braining, is what it's doing. Okay, so yeah, I guess we're just gonna do... Yeah, the Dawnstone is the darker of the two grays. I don't even know if this is any... I don't think I've opened this. Oh, that's almost completely dried out. That's not good. Then we have a pipette. Some water in there. And then we get one of these nice, cool, handy-dandy balls I was just talking about. Pop one of those in there. And shake it all about. Do the hokey pokey. Yeah, because this guy is like, God damn, you're dead. Like, oh yeah, it's just icky, gooey muck at the bottom. I don't know if this is going to be revivable. This is the problem when you let your paint sit too long. And the best part is I hadn't even opened this. This is like a brand new fresh pot of paint that I've let sit for like 2 or 3 years. It's just completely because like, look at that. That's like, that's what was in the damn thing. I mean, I think we brought it back to life doing that, what I just did, but like, that did not have much time left in this world. Drop that in there. Says something when you can only hear the metal bearing in there after like a good 30 seconds of shaking. Hey Ernest, why do you have carpal tunnel? Gee, I don't know why. Why do I have carpal tunnel? does hurt my wrist. Yep. Huh? Okay. Jeez. Need a haircut too. I think we'll be able to get away with this. Is we'll do dark gray, do like 2 coats dark gray, and then we'll go in with the mixed gray. And I think that should give us the colors we're looking for. I think. Hopefully, crossing our fingers, bullshit and shenanigans, you know. All right, Ashen Vale. What other zones do we have? We have Alliance Taverns. Ooh, that might be good. Play the music. There we go. This is Goldshire Tavern. Okay. All right. That actually hurt my wrist. Oh Lord. All right, we'll do it in that one. My wrist. Yeah, I think that ought to work for what we're going for. And thankfully, since this is a bunch of fresh paint, and I've just added a bunch of water to it, I don't need to add more to thin my paint because it's already kind of thinned. Because I put a lot of water in there. It is the correct consistency. All right, and then we're probably going to have to raise the camera because with how we were working for it before, I'm like literally holding this thing in front of me the whole time. So we'll pick up our little boat. And all right, so that's not sufficiently. There you go. That's more appropriate for the angle we're going for here. Because yeah, this whole time I'll be painting from this kind of angle. Because I realized like halfway through, like an hour ago, I was like, oh, you can't actually see what I'm doing, can you? What should I paint? Something. You should paint something. Terribly helpful, I know. But I don't know what you have around your house or within your possession, so as the best I can give is something. Okay, so it's this whole thing. You getting comfortable, Mr. Cricket? I think he is. The air. I feel that you would have difficulty in painting the air, King. It's just a little bit ephemeral. Is that coming in? That's coming in well enough. Guess if I'm like showing what I'm doing. I need a bigger brush for what I'm doing. Do, 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 do. I don't know how I'm gonna do the shark nose thing on the front. Cause like I'm looking at this now, I'm just like, that's gonna be a real pain to actually execute. I'm probably gonna get the what's the word for it? The I have a mechanical pencil in the other room I can grab. I'm probably gonna grab that, use that to trace out the shark thing, because like looking at the little example that I have posted up here, it's just black and white, so it shouldn't be too bad to trace out and then do in black and white. But I still gotta do it, and it's gonna suck, and I know it's gonna suck. My cat's just kind of mesmerized by what I'm doing. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Cricket. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, Mr. Kit Kat. Yes, a notebook. Ooh. Well, that could be a thing. This doesn't sound like... Oh, this is Tear Guard. Okay. Unless this is actually... And this sounds like... part of me is just like, is this actually World of Warcraft music? It kind of sounds like it, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm like concerned about copyright nonsense. Touch up this mistake I just did. It's like the description was like, oh yeah, this is all custom stuff I did. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm about to look at those comments on the video here in a second again. I'm like, that's giving me anxiety. Sorry for not typing, just by you're fine. They paint diving planes? They did paint diving planes on the front. Okay. Okay. Diving planes, not panes. Planes. cooperate for me, damn it. This I do recognize. Why is there hair? Why is there hair? On my paint! On my submarine! Why?
Well, you see, Ernest, it could just be that it's from the brush.
In fact, I do believe it is actually from the brush. Wow, who'd have thought? Paint on a brush. I need to actually make sure I breathe. Because I'm like holding my breath here as I'm doing these. So my hands don't shake. It's like, fuck me. God help me if my actual fingers are sticking on the paint on the bottom. Like, it shouldn't rub off, but I'm still paranoid. Really? You're gonna make me do that? You're gonna make me do that, you piece of shit. It's just the little bits and pieces on here where it's just like, oh yeah, you know, we've got this like millimeter of unpainted stuff. We need you just to kind of cover that up with gray. It'll be fine, really, though. It'll be fine. No worries. He lied to himself. And if anyone's wondering, do people who paint really talk to themselves quite like this? Like, yes, we do. We absolutely talk to ourselves like this. We will bitch, moan, and complain to ourselves the entire fucking time as we're painting. And it's not like a stream thing. It's just, you know, a whatever thing. Because fuck these goddamn models. No ifs, ands, or buts. No, fuck these goddamn models. If you're not cursing at it, is it really a piece of art? In my humble opinion. Almost done. I have watered my paint down too much. For how annoying wet paint is. Indeed. I have forgotten how much of a fucking awkward model this is when you're holding it up with one hand. Fuck this thing. My wrist is killing me. And there's not like a really good way I can present this to the camera, I guess. Sort of doing like something like this, I guess. So. like, is that even really... I guess that's being semi-presentable. I recognize this song too. Yeah, the more I think about it, a lot of these like remind me of like Conan the Barbarian's music that it had from the movie. A little bit at least. Yay, we got a quarter of it done so far. But I think actually that's probably the worst part of it right there. Just because that's like the thickest part. Cricket's got his eyeballs on the back of the boat. I see what you're doing there, boy. Yep, here he goes. He's getting ready to do stuff. He's gonna start reaching out with his paw. There it is. Hey. I'm gonna go to the back of the boat. I think I do. At least on one side. Yeah, you're snoring, buddy. Yes, you are, sir. You're snoring. You're snoring like a Snorlax. Even though you're not really asleep, but you're still wheezy. Yeah, I never thought to get him checked out for asthma. I wonder if he does have it. Wouldn't surprise me. Where'd you go? Thankfully, though, like, since most of this it tapers towards the end, so like as I'm working towards the bow of the stern of the boat, it's gonna get a little bit faster and a little bit faster to do this gray. The worst part though is gonna be going in with the actual mixed color, which is gonna be that light blue with the gray. That's gonna suck. So I have to actually mix that. Yeah, I feel like if I was doing a Warhammer miniature, I could probably have the camera a lot lower and also have it a lot more zoomed in so you could actually see what I was doing. But because I'm doing a giant fucking submarine, that doesn't really work out very well. So we find ourselves here, doing this. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Mine of wang. Looking pretty good, honestly. Nice thing about having my grip over at the back of the boat as well, since it's easier to work with the gravity than not. I'm not having to grip the damn thing so tight. Which means there's less strain on my wrist and my hand. I'm a very weak person, apparently. There you go. My shoulder is hurting. Hearing the occasional seagull is like, when will I go out into the beach? I don't understand. Oh. That's right, Mr. Cricket, a big deep breath. Big deep breath, Mr. Cricket. This actually almost makes me want to play Sea of Thieves. Except, you know, they don't have a submarine or anything. Shit. Shit, 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 shit. I think a little bit of water can't fix before it gets anywhere. So close to being to the halfway point. So painfully close. Come on. I don't like this. I mean, so far so good. So far so good. Left shoulder's hurting me from how I'm holding this thing, but hey, you know, it's doing its thing and it's working. Can't complain. I mean, I can absolutely complain. Who am I kidding? Pivoting this around. This actually is a much better angle than the other one, because I can actually work with my fingers a bit better. Submarine Chan, why? Why must you be this way? Come on, Mr. Paint. I think we're at the point where we start turning the boat around. Woo! That's exciting. The cat is just like, what are you shoving in my face? I don't understand what you're shoving in my face. There we go. All right, we have an ad break coming up here in a couple seconds. So, be right back, everybody. Suck going all the way back to the front with this again. Why is it gotta be this way? We have a little bit of a oopsie on the back of the boat. Can we fix it in time, or has the paint already dried? The paint's already dried. I might be able to do like a micro touch, but I think I still have a little bit of brown paint that's wet. I do. Micro touch up. Good shit. Do not like this part. So this is just such a long, dreary part where you have to actually pay attention to what you're doing. And it's just like, I don't want to do that. I just want to paint big swatches of just color. I want you to be this way. Also, I'm at like the part where the boat has got a lot of fiddly bits. Man, a lot of these songs are bringing back the memories when I used to just be hanging out with friends and playing WoW and stuff like that. Because, like, at the end of the night, we usually go to the tavern. Because, you know, you slash rest or slash camp inside the tavern. And, we would chill there. Or, like, at the end of the night, we'd be just chatting and we'd be sitting there to gain extra rested XP. And, yeah. Plus, you would get, like, a lot of quests and stuff inside the taverns as well. It's like hearing all this is just like, man, I remember most of this. It's a trippy feeling. And our ad break is finished. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, welcome back. Hate this part. Because I'm still going to do the conning tower, too. I think at the conning tower I might actually take like a real break. I think. Maybe. I don't know. There we go. I also really don't like how this looks right now, like with the metal and stuff. It's just it's still very streaky. I'm sure it'll look better once I get like a second coat on, but like right now it's just like, this looks terrible. The pressure hold was the same way when I was doing it too. I was like, this looks terrible. And then by the time I got the second or third coats on, then it started actually looking decent. And I was like, oh no, this looks great. So it's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna hate it until I'm actually like significantly done through it. So just trust the process, as they like to say. Trust the process, or something to that effect. Process being a very loose word for what we're doing. We're winging it more than anything else. Leaning really hard on my left side. I'm just like, hi, did you know this is very painful? Maybe we should, you know, not do that and like lean on the armrest. God forbid we use the ergonomics of the chair that we're using. Oh, stretch. Good call. Oh, jeez. Oh, got my back. Good call, good call. Whack. Yeah. Alright, no more redeems, you. Thank you. Why am I just... I'm being sarcastic. Some water in our paint. Starting to dry out a little bit. Oh, I might have made it too watery. Uh-oh. Why can't I spam stretch? Because it's got a cooldown, so people don't spam it. Exactly for this reason. How long? You'll find out when the timer has passed. It was put in place because people were abusing it, and I didn't like it when they were spamming it and abusing it, and so I put a limit on it. Yeah, I made this gray a little too watered down. Oops. That's a little too watery. Come on, you. At least his brush is holding up better. The other one I was using was just like falling apart by this point. What tavern is this from? I don't recognize this at all. What is this from? Oh, this is Cool Tehran. Okay. I stopped playing before they added that. Bye, Cricket. Hardly see what I'm doing. Whoa. This has a bit of a tension in it that the other ones don't have, which is interesting. Because the other ones are usually like much more light and we're excited, we're reveling, and this one's like, you know, there's something in the air, and it is heavy. I don't know what to put it with. There's definitely a tension in the music. That's not in the other tavern music. My hand is hurting. There's nothing I can do about it. I think we're at the back of the conning tower now. We're almost at the front of the boat too, so I'd say we're at maybe 70% on the gray on the first coat, which is still quite a bit, but progress. Just need the lighting to be a bit better. But kind of hard to actually see what I'm doing. How's your painting going, King? I know you said you were working on something. Go. The red clawed and thunderstruck ground is already... I trust the progress? Huh? The red clawed and thunderstruck grounds are already... I trust the... what? What do you mean? The red cloud and thunderstruck ground is already. I trust the prop. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Describe of painting. Okay. Okay, okay, fair. Come on, I need to save the little mishap I just made. That's a bit better. We saved it. We salvaged it. My arm is wet, but we salvaged it. It was really freaking hard to see what the frick I'm doing on this little bastard. And now we're getting to the really wide part of the front of the boat, which is the pain in the ass part. Yay! Paint on the side there of that one. Yeah. And Cricket is disappearing in his little cavern that he has. I really wish I had an airbrush. This is like almost painful. My hand is cramping up and my other hand is cramping up. And I can't stop because paint is wet. And if you stop while paint is wet, you'll have weird interactions with the different coats of paint. I'm just trying to like speed run this. And it's killing me inside. So it is kind of looking pretty good. Just gotta kind of hurry. I just realized this is like right in the way of my main webcam. Good thing I got 3 of these things. Something's bound to get a good angle. Either the model or me, one of the two, I'm not sure which. Implying that there's a good angle of me. Listen to me be all self-depreciating. Alright. We are so close to being done with the hull. It's like, yeah, we're at 3 hours and 20 minutes. And this is just the base coat is the worst part. Like, I would still need to go in. I still need to do the deck. I still need to go in and do the actual gray, because this isn't the right shade of gray. It's like just a plain gray and not a like the off blue gray that the Navy used. So I've got to still do that yet. That said, I mean, all things considered, like, this is still one of those, like, I think this might be like a 6 to 10 hour paint job. Because, like, I figure we'll probably get to the, probably the 3 hour mark, and we'll probably be still needing to go and do the other thing, which will probably take like another hour to do each extra layer of gray that I need to do. And I think, oh no, how did you get that way? I'm gonna do that touch up. But yeah, it's been like about an hour per one of these. So, like how I adjust that, I'm like, you can't see what I'm doing anymore. And you still can't because the camera's in the way. Or the microphone's in the way. But, yeah, I figure I'm going to have to probably do like another coat or two of this gray. That's going to be about an hour per coat. So that's at least 2 hours there. And then I'm going to need to do, and at least one of those is going to be the bluish gray. So, and then we're gonna have to do the top deck, which will probably take, that'll probably take like 30 minutes, I'd say. Ooh. And then once we've done the deck stuff, then we still have to weather it. Yeah, this feels like it's gonna be like a 10-hour paint job. Overall. Gotta remember to breathe. Breathing is important. Breathing is super important. And we still gotta do the diving planes. But this is pretty good so far. I just gotta do the conning tower. And then that's that, I think. Yeah. Oh, and before I forget about it, because I am forgetting about it, I need to touch up that one spot on the back. There is a part on the back I got gray on. There it is. Just fix that up. Of course, I'm making it worse because it's mixed with the brown and the gray and the blah, 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 blah. Come on, you. I think arguably that has just made it worse. And also, I think you can see where my fingers have stuck into this now. Because the oil's on my finger and stuff. Yeah. Little flex here and there. Damn it. Okay, whatever. Whatever, we're almost done. Alright, diving plane. Diving plane. I almost forgot. Where were we at before? Oh yeah, diving plane. Okay. So close. So painfully close. I think what the diving plane's done, yeah, it's just going to be the conning tower next. And then what's probably where we'll call it. Yeah, there we go. I don't like how streaky it is, but, you know, it is what it is. I gotta do the deck guns too. Damn it. Damn you, US Navy. Damn you! But admittedly, that one's pretty simple, it looks like. It's just, straight gray. Yeah, we're like 3.5 hours. Should put us like right at 4 when we wrap this up. Perfecto. That kinda has what I'm doing. Seem to have missed spray painting the bottom of the tower. Oops. Oops, it oozles. I done goofed on that one. I'm painting the part that no one can see me paint. Ha ha ha. Joke's on you, people. I'm still painting it. Nah, I finished. It looks like shit. Oh, what were you painting, though? Like, I'm not sure. You were describing it, but I'm not sure, like, what that was. Is it, like, a painting? Is it a miniature? What is it that you're painting? I don't think I actually trimmed that off. Interesting. Hmm? Top deck is black. The birds. That must mean it is. Yep, sun's up. Sun's out, guns out. Yeah, I think we're gonna probably finish this guy up and then transition to something else. I'm not really tired and I don't want to go to bed. So Red's gonna be up in a little bit to do stuff. I also need to gift Red a copy of Peak before he gets up. And ninja that into him.
He'll never see it coming.
Just in my small notebook, a red cloud shooting a purple/blue lightning. The purple spike explode from the ground. Ah, okay. That sounds pretty cool. And even if it didn't turn out, like, super great, like, it's still practice. Like, you know. Plus, paint's pretty additive. I mean, you could always add more in there to make it look better. Like, when I was doing this guy, the first couple coats looked fucking terrible. So, like, you know. You can always just tack more paint on and make it better. In my oh-so-humble and uninformed opinion. Yeah. It looks like they had the top of the thing all in black as well. Essentially, anything on the side is going to be the gray, and then anything top down is going to be black. That's fine, honestly. That's a little thin. We can deal with that. Where is VIP? He crawled down and went underneath the other desk. I've got like a little cat maze set up over there for him, and he kind of scoodled over there. I don't think he likes the bright light directly over his cat bed here, and so he just kind of went to a place where it's not so bright. Because normally I have the overhead light off, and I just have the not the Christmas lights, but the rainbow lights on, so it's not as bright, and so he'll chill out more. But I think because it's so bright, he wants to sleep. He's hiding out in a spot that's a bit darker. He's like still in the room, but he's just off to the side. First, nice. I think almost done with the conning tower stuff. Just gotta do like a little loop around the front and do the other thing. Oh, I'm almost out of paint. That's not good. Like, we're almost done, and we're almost out of paint. It's not a good combination. So I was hoping to not have to bring out more paint. I might actually need to. That's, yeah, we're about out of paint. And the brush is finally running out of what I have loaded in it. Well, shit. Alright. Don't need that much more though. We're almost done. I just gotta paint the side of the little conning tower bits. Have your words I can't use. Yeah, I think I have them on like an hour cooldown or something like that. Something to that effect. Is there to prevent spam? You don't have to use them every second, as it were. As the saying goes, a little goes a long way. Stuff is being done. Want to modify an emote. Well, if those are ones that are just too expensive to do, then that's just gotta get more points. Not anything I can really do about that. That's just a time-in thing. No, it doesn't let me. Oh, I think those are for bits. Those are for bits, not for channel points, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think that might be a thing where you. I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah. Let's see here. So choose an emote to modify. Let's choose an emote to unlock. Whipray does not have any emotes to unlock. Oh, I might just not have something set up for that. That might be what that is I don't have that set up. I don't know what it is if regards to like anything special you have to do emote modifications. So I'll have to look into that. That's a little weird. Because like it should let you do something with that. Because they wouldn't even let me do it. It's like I don't have any emotes that I can do that too. So it's something else is going on. Freaking lurk. But you're not lurking though. You're I wish to be finished. Might have killed this brush while I was at it too. This one's not looking too. The tip on this brush is not looking good. Might need to get a. Am I going to go to the? When I'm out at the store today, I might need to get myself, in addition to a couple of the big brushes, I might need to get a couple of medium. Oh no, I've got medium brushes. What am I saying? Because I got another one of these in my bag, so that's not an issue. I'll figure it out. Alright, and then I need to do the deck guns. And then, yeah, we should be good. I think the only thing that didn't do was the barrel. just did. We'll do it. A little two-tone effect on that gun. Hell yeah. Actually, yeah, that worked really well. Alright, so we just need the deck gun, which is entirely grade. Which makes that really easy to do. Just quickly do that one. We're so close to being done. At least done for the night. I'm not done with the ship, but... God damn. Like, I like painting minis. This isn't really a mini, but... something along those lines. Have I missed any streams in the last 3 days? Nah, you made it to every single one. As far as I know. Yeah, you've been to every single stream. Please don't be obnoxious about the paint. I don't think you're being obnoxious about the paint. Okay, that's not bad. And then we just have one last deck gun, and we are done. Because I'm not going to worry about doing the deck, because the deck is just need to be black. So. And every time I turn my computer straight. There you go. It's the magic power of IT. Scaring computers. That's what I'm good at. Go. Wait. Which gun am I working on? That gun. That's the gun I'm working on. I was like, wait a minute. I'm doing something wrong here. I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is. Just be a bitch. Okay, I think that is our Gato class submarine with the base coat. Fuck me running. Fuck me running. That was a pain in the ass. Oh, no, got a little bit left actually. I lied. Look at the underside. Gonna get the underside. So alien game and go slow or hashing it. I mean, it'll happen in 4 months. There's no need to rush it. Okay, there we go. All right, and I think that is actually it. So, sheesh. That there. Clean our brush off and put our paints and stuff up. That was pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, because we're at 3 hours and 46 minutes, give or take. I timed that pretty well. I was like, yeah, let's shoot for like 4 hours. I've ruined that paintbrush. That was a ripperoni on the paintbrushy. Alright, let me get this cleaned up and I can have the sub on display here. So bear with me. I really just need to rebuy all of my paints. Just chuck out everything. I don't think I can salvage any of this beyond what I already kind of have. But like, yeah, oof. Right out before I can put you away. Or actually, the smart can do this because that'll evaporate naturally. Question mark. There we go. All right. Where is my finger brushes? Because I can put this one away at least. And then this guy can just come down here. And ta-da! It's a bunch of brushes. All right. I need to get more brushes and paint. There. And dump this out, put this up where it will not get wet. I don't know what to do with my hands. Alright, so after 4 hours of painting, I forgot this, everything on this pivots. So after about 4 hours of painting, we have our Gato class submarine base coated. Which I'm quite happy with. So, yeah. We're going to wrap up things here just before the 4 hour mark. Wow, thank you. We're going to wrap up things here because this is kind of a good stopping point for this guy. I might stream later today. My friend Red wants to play Peak, and I kind of want to play with him, so we might do that with some shenanigans later. So we'll wrap up here and probably wait until 4 hour. Nah, I'll wrap it up because I don't want everyone getting ads. No one likes ads. So, yeah, we'll wrap up here and that'll let me get a break and do some shenanigans off stream where I've got to do some clips and stuff. So. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. We'll be back on probably later today. And if I do it later today, I probably won't be on in the morning. If I'm not on later today, then we'll do it super early tomorrow morning, like we've been doing for the past couple days. Just because that's an easy way to kind of handle all that nonsense. It's 10 minutes. I am not trying to do 4 hours, buddy. I'm trying to just wrap up where I'm at. So, all right, well, with that, we're going to wrap up here. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good morning, wherever you may be. Until then, toodaloo. Goodbye.